Happy Wednesday, everyone. I want to talk about BHAT, give a quick update on it as I get a lot of people asking me about this, and it is getting close to the time distance away from the EMA 5 that I really want, okay? So, as you guys know, if you're, this thing had lots of negative news, and then it's in a downtrend, right? This stock, every pump is going to be dumped, and that's just going to be the nature of this, especially when you trade Chinese companies. These things are going to be a lot more riskier than the regular type of United States company. So when we see price hit this EMA 50, this means it's probably going to get rejected, right? It can go a little above it, that's fine. But if you see the EMA 50 at the very top, along with this EMA 20, then every price is going to get rejected at each of these levels. And you can see all the time we get close to these levels and we dump. Every time it hits this 20, it has dumped many and many times, right? We have got over it probably, and then try to do a fake breakout, and then it just goes back under. So we got to be careful with this one, as we know, just based on what we know, we need to get out on any type of pump. I don't care what kind of influencer is pumping it. I've seen many big people pumping it, and they were also pumping it way up in this region here. This thing went to a low of 5 cents here pre-market. Okay, so this thing is very volatile. Went down 8% in literally just 15 minutes. All right, so we had some big moves down. What I'm looking for is price to move back to the EMA 5. That is a very conservative target. Okay. And this is why you want to be very picky on your entries, because this EMA 5 is going to move as price goes down. Same with the 10 and the 20. Okay, the 10 is your yellow, the 20 is your blue. I had no doubt that if we hit the 20, price will get rejected here. That's an 81% gain on that 20. That's been the theme of this thing. All right. So as you can see right in here, just to the 5, you're making a decent move, right? 29%. Obviously, some people are way up in here in the 8 cents or even above 10 cents when they got into the height. So what happens is people will start pumping this, but the problem is no matter how much you buy this, the algos are still going to sell this thing down, okay? They got offerings they're doing, they're diluting, they're taking advantage of retail traders that are putting lots of money in it, and they're like, yeah, this is awesome for our stock. We know this is a piece of crap, and that's really what BHAT is. Look at this stock. Look, it's just been a downtrend. You can trade against the trend, and this is how I like to trade it. If you see massive time distance away from the EMA 20 and 10, those are going to be your targets. But we don't see any time distance from the 20 and 10. We just hit that back in 107. So if we want to look for a very short-term target, it's going to be this EMA 5. Market's just now opening, so we get this daily candle that you can see. It's up 3%. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is your 5th daily candle of not touching this EMA 5. I can approve that, we're probably going to touch this EMA 5. We have price getting stagnated out right in this area. We have some bottoming action happening. At the very least, I think that, we probably could hit this EMA 5. Okay, so I would look towards this day. Maybe you could take a shot at it. And because you're a whole lot safer than compared to a whole lot of other people that bought way up in here, knowing that this is a downtrend stock, that all these pumps are going to get shorted. Okay, so we know price is going to hit the EMA 5. We can look at the back test and the back history. When it's long, like for example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you see this 5th daily candle, it hasn't touched it. Well, then we come back up to try to touch it. You see 6, 7, 8, and then we touch it right here and touch the 10. So you want to sell it as soon as it gets really close to here, because look at this massive gain here. That was a 41%, 42% literally in one day that you could have got. So obviously, I would wait for some red. It's up 3%. Try to get red as possible. And if you just don't get the trade, it's totally fine. This is not a really great company to you have to urgently get in. I mean, a lot of companies that are doing really well. And when the market, even after this CPI, they're pumping massive. This company is just probably going to do its own thing, right? It is a Chinese company after all. But I just want to do a quick update. Yeah, I can approve of this EMA 5 now. If you're really wanting to get into this company, this is a nice area. As you're bottoming out right in this area, you have now 5 daily candles not touching the 5. You have a very low KDJ, which is near 6.38. You can see way up in here, you're at 18, 15, 24. This stochastic oscillator lets me know the lower you get, the better the short-term bounce is going to be. That's all it is, a short-term bounce. So you can see right in here, as price goes down, the KDJ goes down, okay? So this is the 15-minute chart. We're getting a nice little move up here. We got 4% on the day. But that's what I would do. I do think it's gonna pump. They did 3 offerings. Price is probably gonna have that dead cat bounce. Do I think it can go up to the 20? It's a possibility. From here to here is 68%. We've seen that happen down in here. We kept touching the 20. But it's just not a for sure target. It's not overextended to hit that 20. Okay, that is not a target that I would even look at. But obviously, if you have it way up in here, then it's getting dicey, right? Because now the EMAs are going down with you, and the algos are going to use these points as selling points. So now you need something like this where it just goes way above and hit the EMA 50. So try not to listen to influencers. It's just them trying to they look at the float and be like, oh, it's extremely small. But you're trying to pump a Chinese stock, which is one of the hardest things to do. These things go down drastically, and they dilute these shares like nuts. And as you can see, they don't care about their shareholders if they did 3 offerings. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you guys want to join the premium Discord, click the link down below in the YouTube comments below, and in the description it'll say join the premium Discord for my alerts and system. It'll take you to this free chat landing page. If you want to become a member, all you have to do is hit day trade alerts under the subscriptions tab, and all these channels will be unlocked for only $12 a month. And that would be the cheapest you can probably ever find, and literally with the highest win ratio probability you can find. So the purpose of this Discord is to teach you guys why I take the setups instead of just the signals. I'll tell you guys when I get into a trade alerted to your phone, but I want you to understand why I wouldn't get into BHAT way up in here. As if you're trading against the trend, you have to look at, one, are we close to this green band? We can't use this green band because it's a negative number. This is going to take time to come up to price. So then we got to look at the EMAs. What is relatively long for time distance? Well, we know 5 days is kind of long for an EMA 5 not to touch. So we can look for price to come back to that around 5 days, and we can accumulate those dips. You don't want to start really high when, price just left the EMA 5. But what if it keeps going away from the EMA 5? You'll see that happen a lot of times. All right, so I would look for some red. It's up 2%. Look for some red, maybe, and that's how I would start. I never like to buy on green, especially on a downtrend stock, because remember, every pump gets shorted on downtrend stocks. So if you guys like to join, hit day trade alerts. It's only $12 a month. Subscribe on your computer, and you'll avoid the iOS fee. And you can cancel anytime, but I promise you're going to really like it. And if that's too expensive, you can just do swing trades. It's only $6 a month. I highly recommend you try the Day and Swing Trading Plus. It's one of the best memberships of how you can make money every day with my day trading strategy. You're going to love it, okay? All right, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Give it a like, subscribe, comment. And I'll see you guys in the next video, and I'll be in the Discord. Let's make some money. Peace out.